all those already who tuned in. It's not many yet. It's early in the morning, Saturday morning. This is Heflatv 1 here online directly from the Comic-Con Bucharest, and these are the quarterfinals. Like just to get the knowledge up there, the last chance teams were actually public teams that could play directly here on the Comic-Con to play against two selected teams, two Romanian teams, Sorry for Skill and the XPC teams, and those are actually the ones who then qualify for the semi-finals, where it actually gets really interesting, because there we have Next Please waiting, for example, and the other team would be, of course, TC CD Nullus, actually TCN CD Nullus, that way around. Either way, so the draft is on. Let's just hop into it. This is going to be interesting because I have no idea about either team. XPC as such is also pretty shattered, and they have also, well, let's see if we actually get the players together, because there should be two of Balkan Bears, two of Balkan Bears, two of XPC, and just one random guy. So, but either way, they should definitely be the favorite, and yeah, they didn't even stick to their original name. So let's see how this goes. Though, let's talk about the draft.
Yeah, well, pans actually a bit other than just standard pans. I mean, XPC taking off the center as well as the Invoker, it's kind of to be expected. Other than that, well, Timbersaw, Ancient Apparition, it's weird.
Yeah, I think I need you a bit louder on your microphone.
Okay then. Microphone.
It used to be good at the sound test, but that's how it usually goes. It
Yeah.
never works as planned.
I'm hoping it's a bit better now. As long as the viewers can hear me, I'm not too sure.
Yep, let's see if the viewers can actually hear. Anyway, let's talk about the draft so far. The first ban rotation came out. We have Centaur, Invoker, Timbersaw, Ancient Apparition, and yep, the first two picks like already happening. We have Lycan, Shadow Demon, so like XPC is going here for a lot of pushing power, of course, and Dazzle Ember Spirit. Wow, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's just a push from XPC. It's really scary actually for me. I don't really know how Shadow teams are gonna try and stop it. Dazzle doesn't have a counter push. Well, Ember Spirit sure is good with the fists, but other than that, he needs farms for the fist to actually clear up the waves. So, I mean, XPC, first two picks, it's really strong. Sure, Lycan got nerfed, but especially on the dire side, can't just go for the early Roshan.
Yep, absolutely. And, well, the second ban rotation is on the way. We have a Nexus Essence already out. Well, a hero you never really want to have against you. And on the other side, well, they go for heavy bans here. Death Prophet is coming out, so there, the Exorcism definitely not working in there, even though, well, I guess it could have worked. I like him pushing power, the Mass Serpent Wards on top of it, the Exorcism of the Death Prophet, plus of course the Silence against the Emperor, also pretty powerful. So this one is definitely not coming out. And the OD. So they definitely don't want to have the OD in the mid, which is absolutely understandable, because it's always a lane that is pretty much destined to be lost if you play against the OD.
Yeah, well, Shattered Dreams, does that mean that they won't send the Ember mid if they're banning out the OD? Or then again, Ember needs mana as well, of course, just to get any harasser farm going.
Yep, absolutely. And the last ban is coming out here for XPC. It is Sand King. So, yep, just taken out another initiation. So they already banned out the Centaur Warrior, the Nyx, and the Sand King. So this is 3 stuns out. Also 2 heroes, or possibly 3, that work with the Blink Dagger. And, well, XPC, they're going for more and more push, like in Shadow Shaman and Nature's Prophet. So that's a lot of nice pushing coming on their way, especially if they go for Necro units. That means we have 2 Wolves, we have the set of Treants, we have the Necro units, and all of them are getting empowered by Hal.
That's so scary. If I was Shattered Dreams, I would think of heavy counter push. I mean, XPC themselves banning out the Sand King, it's really hard to actually push high ground against the Sand King when he has the Blink Dagger, because just the epicenter blinking, it just wrecks every single push. But Shattered Dreams picking up the Shadow Demon instead, and well, it's it's not too counter pushy for me. Sure, he has the shadow poison, but he actually needs to stack it up, so it will take time for it to clear out the creep wave. But now XPC, they want to push themselves, but they don't want to give away any towers in return, so they pick up the tree end.
Yep, absolutely. So, but the problem is with the pushing setup, like you want to be aggressive, and that always, I don't know, this is always a window for the enemy team going for a split push at the same time. Of course, Screen Protector can slow it down with the living armor, but, well, you either commit to the towers or you don't. And I guess, well, XPC is planning on rotating here, defining their towers, healing it up with the Train Protector, and of course Train Protector as well. The living armor in the early levels is just a nuisance because you always think you got those heroes killed already, but then comes the absorb, and yeah.
Well, Shattered Dreams, a Kanka. Do you maybe expect even like a Shadow Demon Kanka mid lane, or do you think they might just go aggressive tri lane with it against the Lycan? Just to stop the Lycan from getting the early farm, the early Vlads,
Yep,
something.
it might as well happen, but I mean, the Ember Spirit safe lane, we haven't seen that in a long time actually. But then again, like this is really pretty much a public team. This is a local team here from Bucharest who just had the chance here to qualify against the known Romanian teams, and well, we have to see what they go for. As I said, it could be everything. I have no information about them. The only thing I know is about XPC, but even those guys, they're just, yeah, they're actually the shattered ones because they consist of XPC, Bucharest, and other guys. So, oh well.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see how well they actually mesh with each other. But it's funny to see that the Patrider is the last ban from XPC, and it didn't get picked or banned with the 16 previous heroes. That's like kind of out of the ordinary.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I just have to set my microphone. I wish, like, if there's any viewer who wants to give a feedback, then just keep on telling us. But it should be fine now. I should not be oversteering, and Coucher should also not be on my OBS. There we go.
Yeah, it's hopefully better. Just working with unfamiliar headsets and so on, it can be tricky. Hopefully we'll set things up. The first game is kind of experimental. After that, I hope for a smooth ride.
Yep, we have to see. We're gonna look at the VOD of the first game for sure. So everything is set up then for the finals, which come, by the way, semi-finals is today at 16, and tomorrow, of course, grand final and the third place decided where the big teams play against each other. And of course, even though, like Shattered Dreams, I said it already, this is a team that qualified here directly on the Comic-Con, playing in the free-to-play area, actually, in this so-called last chance tournament. And, well, let's see, they have... Well, they made it through at least. Two teams actually made it through. Like one of them are called ACAP, and the other one, I already forgot. It is, yeah, SDR and ACAP. Those two teams, and apparently they play together here. They bought tickets for the Comic Con. Actually came here just to have a chance to play against TCN. And next, please.
Well, I'm just hoping to see some great Dota. I have no idea, to be honest, what skill level they're at compared to XPC, TCN, and Next Please. But I mean, they came through at least some part of the bracket and they were able to win there, so
Yep.
should be fine.
Absolutely, and now we have to hop in game. Also, like Dota is pretty funny because like we're all coming here so early on Comic Con, and then we have the problem of Steam having an update exactly at the time when we need it the least, pretty much. So either way, there's a pause coming, and we also can test if our webcam and everything is working. Yeah, there we go. This is Heflatv. That is Coucher. Like next to us, those guys over there, these are the Romanian casters. And yeah, that's us here. That's our small corner. And yeah, we're still testing with the microphone and everything. Let's see how that works.
Yeah, I just have to check things out as well, especially in-game stuff. Well, I guess it will take a little while for us to sort things out. Like audio, open mic threshold. Maybe it's better now. I'm hoping it's better at least.
There's no Dota TV anyway, so it doesn't really
It's
matter. But
Omicron.
Oh, yeah, actually, totally forgot about that one. But, well, the game is already on, but now that you say it, I actually have to check my options as well, because if we have, like, yeah, the in-game sound has to come through.
Of course it does.
So,
Smooth track camera activated. Also, wow, what's that courier? What is that courier?
oh well, either way, I think the in-game sound should be nice. I really hope it's not too loud, the stream as well. But yeah, as I said, just give us a feedback how it looks. So we have to see how the laning is here. Now, for the Radiant side, we have Kratos here on the side lane, SETI2K following him here directly. And the second support on this lane is, well, we just call him Amakrom for the time being. In the mid, we have a Tinker playing Mitza here. And of course, last but not least, Hantela on the Ember Spirit here in the safe lane.
And for XPC up on the dire side, V is playing on the Lycan on the Twilight Space. Oh, there might be initiation. There's the disruption coming out. Shadow Wave to follow for the first damage. Conka Torrent actually connects only on the Shadow Shaman. So Spacey is at the moment backing off. So hopefully we'll be fine.
Yeah, we definitely hope. There's just a random pause coming out. Let's just call it a puppy pause, because like they try to stall sometime and yep, instantly comes the G. So let's see. But I don't think this is gonna be enough for the first blood.
And well,
yep, the organizers.
It appears that your in-game mic was messed up, not mine.
Oh, mine is messed up. Is it still messed up?
I'm not sure if it's even activated.
There we go. Yeah, no, it should be.
Yeah, it should be fine now. But yes, Spacey, he actually nicely managed to dodge the torrent. The torrent came out a little bit back, so SDR, they were expecting the disrupted target to start moving backwards, but Spacey, he predicted that movement, came a little bit forward to the Radiant side, thus dodging the torrent. So nicely done, but the aggressive tri lane, it's really smart from SDR, and the Conka should get some pretty nice farm here, because their tri lane, I feel like, is a little bit stronger. At least in the early few levels. Once Shadow Shaman gets maybe level 3, so level 2 in Ether Shock maybe, or maybe just Hex Shackles Ether Shock, they might have a slightly better time, but it's going to be hard against the Shadow Demon Conka combination.
Yep. What do you predict for mid? Because we already see Tinker going to level 1 later, just for the harassment, of course, on a TA, but into the reflection, that doesn't bring you anything except, of course, for the mischance, getting some CS advantage there. But he already has 1 point here in March of the Machine, so this is going to really be interesting against the TA, because, yeah, it's going to eat pretty fast through reflections and everything.
Well, I think TA should have the upper hand in just pure farm. I'm just hoping Mitza will go stack up the Ancients every now and then farm it up later with the March of the Machine, since he is going for the build. And that's the advantage as a Radiant Tinker as well. You can't just exploit the Ancient stacking.
Yep, absolutely. And here we see Lycan here against the Ember. Ember actually losing a lot of HP. He already munched through all of his regeneration. No tangos left whatsoever, but Lycan looking absolutely decent. Just CS-wise, it's not looking decent at all. There's 2-0, and the Ember actually got 6-0. So absolutely worth it that he chose through his regeneration, because he gets the CS up he needs.
Yeah, well, he had a better time as well, because they started up with Massacre on the bottom lane. So we actually had to rotate around. That's the reason that Lycan at the moment at least is behind in both HP and levels. Oh, there's the disruption, the torrent will come out as well. Spacey does get hit, Shadow Wave for the damage. But there's the living armor leeching, he's somehow still alive, he's healing up, one more right click. But the Dazzle goes down for the first, but it is thrown, and now Amakrom, Shadow Demon blocked up as well. Massacre, nice tree and micro, and the torrent, will he save him? No. The last right clicks were flying in, they're going for more, those the Sprout. He doesn't have enough mana, Massacre, hope your clarity. He doesn't do it though, and of course Dazzle already back as well.
Yep, absolutely. There as well. Dream Protector coming back. The Torrent was actually pretty nicely placed, but it's... Oh, they keep on continuing here.
Yeah, oh, there's the disruption though. The Torrent as well with the magic stick charges. Spacey gets hit once again. There's the poison touch as well, but he should be tanky enough. It's a treant after all. They're not going for the turnaround at the moment, although Caracal... Oh, there's the Shackles. That wasn't coordinated. Oh, he's dropping really low now.
Yep,
Oh,
there's a
God.
lot of harass coming forth and back, but this Dream Protector, what the hell, like he's hitting for 120 damage, that's just sick. Usually we talk about like just 85 like with a couple punches, 89, 90, then on level 3, 4. But like Jesus Christ, 120 damage on a trained protector. That is like, I don't know. That's more than a third for the support HP pool.
Bottom lane, Lycan actually might be in trouble. The Sleight of Fist comes on cooldown, but it doesn't go for it, and it's weird to see that there's not a single point in searing change there. If he had even the 1 second duration, I think he might have been able to bring down Rhea.
Yep, might as well have been. But let's see. I mean, so far everything looks fine. Even with the 1 kill advantage here, it's not too bad after all, because the lanes in the mid, we have to compare it. We have the TA on 17-10 at the moment and the Tinker 13. Well, that's okay. Lycan now actually finally got some CS. Like, he actually started to go for some CS, actually even overtaking the Ember Spirit. But then again, you had to go for the base, which is of course bad. The Ember is definitely gonna take the upper hand again in this lane.
Yeah, and as the Ember hits level 6, Lycan doesn't really pose any threat to him. The Ember can just always remnant away. But of course, Lycan, once he hits level 5, the Wolves become just that much stronger. So they will be able to crew up the farm, especially if he gets the Vladimir's offering. The Lycan's farm rate is just sick once he gets like a few levels and like that one item.
Yep, absolutely. And so far it's a standoff. We're just 5 minutes into the game. Not much happened. Also, both teams so far didn't show any interest into the tower. The only thing near to the tower was just the dive we saw for the first blood, and that's pretty much it. Like, here we have a normal pull going on. Also pretty nice because, yep, the healing creep just keeps it up. So, yep, there's a lot of XP deny coming Conker's way, and that Conker is really not getting much, I have to say. I mean, 17 and 3, that's quite okay, but he shared all the experience with his mates there, and well, let's see which try line actually prevails next time. I think, yep, we have a smoke here.
I don't know what they were hoping to just achieve here, because they needed the Conker to be close, but actually this might be the opening now. If they get the initiation on Shadow Shaman, they should have enough to bring the kill down. The disruption coming out as well, the torrent, the shoot connect, and there's the Shadow Wave for the extra damage. The lead sheet with the living armor, oh, he's so tanky. Shackles up onto Conker, and Conker nowhere to run. They're gonna get Dazzle as well with the Ether Shock, just bouncing out the bow, or no one right click. The Sprout is there. So 2 for 0, and SDR, their plan was nice, but it completely backfired.
Yeah, absolutely, especially because the Torrent, like the Disruption Torrent combination, it didn't work out. Conker was a bit too fast there on the trigger, and for that reason, just the stun and the damage not coming out.
Aggressive melt hit, oh, nice deny by the Ancients. The melt hit was actually too much damage by the Temporary Assassin onto the Shadow Demon, but he's slowing down Tinker as well. He won't follow up under the tower.
Yep, and now the question is, do they actually get that tower? I mean, there is no second train wave coming in. This creep wave is gonna be pulled out here by Kunka, so no, this is not enough for a tier 1.
Well, the tier 1 should be hard to bring down, although Massacre, he has of course his face boots already. And with those, the harass is just so damn strong. He even picks up a Staff of Wizardry for extra damage, and now there's the Howl as well. Wrath of Nature to bounce around.
Oh, in the mid. There, the melted was already up.
And they might get this as well, but how much of the machines come out? Temper Assassin has to be careful, only needs a few right clicks. The Sprout misses, and oh, Temper Assassin goes down. As well as the Tinker survives, really nicely juked by the Tinker, of course. And the Sprout by Massacre actually hurting Temper Assassin a little bit there.
Yeah, especially underestimating that March of the Machines. You should never do that. Like, it eats so fast through your refractions, and after that you get so much damage. And a TA without any refraction up is just not worth anything. So Tinker actually getting nicely that kill.
The Tinker needs it pretty bad as well. He needs to boost travel as fast as he can. Now that the tri-lane didn't work out too well on the aggressive. Sure, they stopped some farm and the Conker is getting the last hits, but oh, actually, bottom lane, Ember Spirit goes down, but he gets the kill on Lycan just with the burn from the Searing Chains in the end.
Yep, and then there's actually a viewer who is telling us the sound is echo. I'm just wondering which sound do people actually hear? You on my Skype, maybe?
Maybe a little bit. It should be really, really low though. Or maybe they shouldn't be hearing you from Dota or me from Dota, because you should hear it as well in game then.
Yep, I don't know. So we actually have to test it out. I love LANs.
Yeah. If you can tell us like how it is echoed or how much, Oh, but mid lane Tinker had the invision and now Rasvan. There's the disruption coming out. Soul Catchers as well. Do they have lasers or anything? Doesn't look like it. And of course the living armor comes out as well to keep everybody healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, it might be that actually you sitting next to me, there's a bit being picked off in my microphone. So let me just lower the sensitivity there.
Yeah, I lowered mine a little bit as well, just in case. Hoping it's gonna be fine, and just put it there. It should be fine.
Yep. Now it's set on 30, and we have to observe it. But yeah, keep coming keep coming with that feedback. That would be just amazing, because like this is the first game here on the LAN, absolutely new hardware, which is like partially sponsored by admins and Logitech, of course. And so let's see how we get everything running here.
Yeah, and actually one weird thing is that the Kanka has been able to just sit freely without his supports on the top lane, but now XPC, they've had enough. They're going for the push. Sure, the Shadow Shaman isn't level 6, but they don't really need it. And actually Spacey on the 3M being level 6 is pretty damn nice, because even if SDR comes in to defend, they always have the overgrowth to just stop any aggression, and at least most of them TP or run away. They want to defend, but the how with the 3Ms like I talked about in the draft, it's just too much for them to handle. Although we get slowed down, but watch the Shashu. Dodges the torrent, and now it's just a sprout. Will they actually initiate into it? There's the overgrowth. They want to kill the Ember Spirit Fire Remnants away. There's the disruption. Both coming out. Both hits on 2 heroes as well. We barely manages to dodge it though. He should be fine, but Spacey isn't as lucky, and the Shadow Shaman falls as well. So 3-4-0. Sure, the tower goes down, but the 3 kills, I think they were worth the tower.
Yeah, absolutely. What a disaster here for XPC. I mean, SDR coming there. It started so horrible with like a spam blink. He really wanted to tell his mates, guys, we gotta defend, we gotta defend. Tower was falling, but then XPC, I don't know, halfway retreating, halfway fighting. That was not 100% commitment, but either way, they just go for a tier 1 trade. It seems here. Tinker, maybe though, he has his BOTs ready, so that is kind of. Yeah, the anti-push SDR has to look for. Maybe they lose the tier 1s, but then from there on, it's gonna get a lot harder for XPC to push in here.
Yeah, it's gonna be nigh impossible, even with the massive amount of 3Ns and units they have. Most of the machines is just the best thing to actually counter push. It's even better than the Keeper of Light with the Illuminate, because it takes less time to actually get active and has a wider area that it covers at the same time. And looks like XPC, they don't care too much about maybe ending this early, because Rasman, he went for a Hand of Midas on the Temper Assassin.
Oh wait, I probably know what the sound echo is. No, it's actually not from the stream directly. Ah, I was just thinking maybe there has been still the Twitch settings on, but no, it was not. No, but what I also wanted to say is like, yeah, Tinker now having, of course, the bottle plus the soaring, that means now he can actually spam it out, as well as farming ancients if they would be stacked, for example. At the moment, no team is actually stacking ancients, just Lycan is clearing them from time to time, just to be a bit time efficient. But now, Tinker is pretty much clearing the way to go for the next tier 1 tower here for SDR, if they want to. We have the Ember already rotating in, as well as the Kunkka. Not quite enough for a nice setup, because the Kunkka, not a single point in X mark, and now just that I said it, like he actually put 1 point in it, so Kunkka would be ready.
Well, the X-Mark definitely will help, and well, they slow the Temper Assassin. There's the Soul Catcher with the disruption. There's no stun though, and the Overgrowth comes up onto 2. It's just a defensive one. Ember Spirit goes aggressive with the Fire Element. Rasvan has to be careful, as does Spacey. He's burning down from the Flame Guard, but they do survive for the time being.
Yeah, but this Tinker, Jesus Christ, these heat-seeking missiles, they're level 3 only, because he went for the March of Machines build, but he's doing so much harass damage with it, like nicely got them in, especially because he had vision on all of the heroes, so absolutely working out for him.
Yeah, this Tinker, he's becoming really scary. He's almost level 11 as well now. It's looking at the levels, well, Temper Assassin is at least matched up. He has the Hand of Midas as well, of course. But the Tinker over leveling and out leveling everybody else, it's especially scary for the support. Sure, they have living armor and whatnot to try to stay alive, and wow, Masakari, he went for a Dagon.
Okay.
First of all, he maxed out teleportation, and then he went for a Dagon.
Well, this is pretty interesting. So he really wants to answer, he really wants to fight. He already been part in the tier 1 pushes, but now, well, I guess against the support it's not too bad, because Shadow Demon, the only thing he got there is of course, well, a gauntlet plus his stick. Then we have to look at the Dazzle. The Dazzle is even more in danger there with 700 HP. So Dagon level 1, 2, 3 is already quite a nuisance. If that is level 5 in a really, really fast way, then this is getting dangerous for the supports.
It most certainly is, and well, I'm not too sure how I feel about the Dagon. Then again, against the Tinker you can't really go Necrobooks because the Tinker will just get the free gold and XP from them more or less. At least if a Tinker has a good of a start as this Tinker has. But I really like what XPC is doing. They just sent me into the Roche Pit solo. He has his medallion, powered threads, as well as the Vladimir's offering. That's plenty for a level 9 Lycan to just take care of Roche himself.
To be honest, I like actually the Necro units against the Tinker because it's unpredictable damage. If you actually spam your March of the Machines in a fight and the Necro units die while you already get like collateral damage, then you suddenly, yeah, see yourself dead due to the Necro unit. So it's pretty interesting, but either way, Roshan just went down to like an absolutely uncontested. I guess SDR didn't even know it was going on. I mean, those guys, they sit of course on opposite sides so they can't see their screens, but like if they knew, like maybe they would have been in shape to defend it, especially with March of the Machine.
If only they knew. Oh, there's the Hex on the Ember Spirit. The Shackles won't follow. The defensive disruption comes out as well. As does the Weave. They want to go aggressive. They have the Overgrowth from deep, but they lose Shadow Shaman Overgrowth. Kaichi's free. And oh, they have to use the Shallow Grave already. Dazzle actually goes for the TP out. Ghost Ship was flying. And 2 down for XPC. 1 buys back. The buyback might have been too aggressive, but the Shackles is there. Oh, Spacey March of the Machine. You have to run away. Sleight of Fist as well. He stays alive. As Tinker actually kills off Rasvan somewhere.
Yeah. This is definitely not too good after all, because the Tinker is actually raping them with March of the Machines. We can't say it otherwise. And now the music started, and we have to adjust our microphones again.
Yeah, I have to pull it way down as far as sensitivity goes. I'm just hoping that people can still hear me normally.
Yeah, I can definitely hear you on the Skype call.
Well, hopefully it's fine at least. Oh god, that's so massive. I'm going to just pull it down a little bit more even.
Yep, it's pretty impressive sitting behind the PA, but still getting all the bass vibrations here as a caster. I can feel it in my stomach. That's how bassy it is.
It's pretty damn massive. I'm just hoping that we have any sort of production value here. Oh, did they just turn up the music even more? It sure feels like it.
Yeah, they definitely did. But let's see. I mean, at least on my microphone, we have to test it.
Yeah, it's going through the roof on mine, I guess. Maybe I have to reduce the volume as well as the sensitivity. I guess we shall see a couple of seconds.
Oh, but there's a Hex.
No Shackles. Too low range. They have the slow as well. The Fire Remnants, he has them active, but he actually run out of them 3 more seconds. Now he will be safe because the Shadow Demon was coming in to assist as well. And actually, SDR at the start their aggressive try lane didn't work out that well, or at least not as well as they would have hoped for. But now they're ahead in kills. Network-wise, well, the Lycan is competing with the Tinker, as well as the Temper Assassin and Nature Prophet are trying to keep ahead, but oh my god. It's just so hard to even try to talk with such high music in the background.
Well, I don't get it anymore on my microphone, I think. I don't know about yours. I don't hear it in Skype, which means it should be just fine. Because whatever you say on Skype is what we get on the stream.
I'm just hoping it's, yeah. Hoping for the best, fingers crossed. And well, hopefully they will of course provide us with an awesome game as well. Which they have so far. 70 minutes in with 17 kills, 1 kill per minute. It's pretty nice for a game, to be honest.
Yep, and before they go for the next tier 1 tile, we actually have to fast look into the graphs. We have here XPC still having an experience lead, which is kind of surprising because the fights weren't too optimal for them, and SDR also has 3 kill lead, and gold-wise, well, XPC there as well, farming much better. So now they just need to turn around this skill board pretty much, because those graphs, they absolutely don't match.
Right, I have to adjust some settings. Well, I don't know even which way it goes.
Yeah. Oh, and We already had a Hex here, but oh my god, that Ember Spirit is actually diving deep under the tier 2 tower, and the Rasta is actually going down, especially by the damage of the Flame Guard. Now they want even more. There's a disruption out on the TA, but this was just to hold them back. T1 is going down, so SDR looking absolutely good, but they want more.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this.
We're go for it as well. Ember Spirit, he has Fire Runners, but he doesn't have enough mana. The TP out is coming into Torrent Connect with the Ghost Ship. Oh god, Massacre. The Nature Prophet nowhere to run. Honka is on your heels. They have X marks the spot. They use it on Rust one. He doesn't have refraction charges. The Mel. Oh, immediate dust out with the shallow wave damage.
Yep, absolutely working out just fine, and there we go. Like, this was 3 kills for SDR, and they look good, those guys. For the last chance qualifier, absolutely nice to see those guys online. And I will take my sensitivity down as well as soon as this Lycan is escaping or dying. That's the question.
Yeah, it's only level 1 sharing change, so it's only 1 second duration still. So it's fine in that regard at least. Well, he's going way too deep. He has the age, he still has Necro level 1. It's okay, but just 1 second. Can you hear me on Skype?
I can.
And it should be fine. I just lowered the microphone volume. Otherwise, I was just yelling in here, I guess. You just hear your voice when you can't really hear yourself. It's an experience, to say the least.
Yeah, it's always fun if you sit directly in an arena where another cast is going on. This is just absolutely crazy. It's so loud in here, and so many people. Like, whenever the game is done, we actually turn around the camera. We have a small webcam with us. Maybe we even get the live feed later in on the stream, but I'm gonna show you how many people there are. It's just crazy. It's 3 big halls. We have League of Legends here, of course. We have Dota, as well as a lot of card games. Then, of course, on the Comic Con, you always have a lot of cosplay going on. You have those 3 actors coming from Game of Thrones here. I actually met Jason Momoa yesterday, which was pretty cool. And of course you have all these free-to-play areas with a lot of giveaways, and Logitech has a stand. Who else has a stand here?
Well,
No, I can't hear you. That's why you have to take it up.
is it fine? I mean, you heard me with the same settings like 1 minute ago.
Yeah, it's probably just when it's so loud around, then the microphone is actually regulating down. But it's pretty funny because I think those players actually paused because
It got too loud for them as well, I think.
Yep.
I think they couldn't hear their team speak anymore. It's pretty damn crazy.
Well, as far as I understand, they actually introduce now what tournament on the main stage?
League of Legends, by the looks of it.
Oh, League of Legends. Oh well. Well, till Dota actually gets here properly played on the main stage, it's been a while, or it will be a while, till 16 or so. At 16, we actually have the first game here on Dota. Yep, Dota 2 main stage, I just read it, 16, and of course tomorrow then we have the 3rd place decider and the grand final, and hopefully this will be then just fine with also a lot of people.
Okay.
I know my microphone that picks up this stuff.
Apropiați-vă, ocupați-vă locurile și haideți să-i urmărim. Haideți să...
Can you still hear me on Skype?
Yeah, I can definitely hear you. We have to use this game to find our settings. I'm trying it with muting my microphone in between, etc. Or just talking a lot louder than the guy here on the main stage. LOL guys, always loud.
Yeah, it sure looks like it. Oh, flight
But yeah, for now.
What do you actually think that XPC have to do? The grab, not even behind, but if they can't really fight, they can't push either because SDR just come in. So what item choices do you think they have to go for? Let's try and get the pushes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's actually a good question. By the way, I think yeah. Can you maybe take it a bit closer because this you've been cutting out again. But oh, we have a rotation here from the side. Like the Shadow Demon and the Dazzle are smoked. But if they go mid, that's actually a bit too hot. But no, this is just for a nice observer ward plus a sentry ward here. They're even going to get rid of the psionic traps. But this is of course dangerous because now XPC saw where they are.
Well, I think that it might have been kind of a mistake to actually kill off the psionic trap because now it's obvious that there's at least a sentry.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, they might think that maybe it was HM, but other than that, I still think it's like immediate sentry, and they might get the observer board with the sentry. But oh, Huntela, he wants to go aggressive. Rasvan might be in trouble. Slight of this as well. He has distraction, of course, but it gets burnt down immediately from the flame guard. And well, so far it's kind of stagnating at the moment. He's going for some massive aggression. I guess they're looking for their Necrobooks. Necrobook level 1 is finished up on the Nature Prophet, and it's level 2 up on the Lycan. Maybe level 3 on the Courier. Yep, it's actually level 3 Necrobook finished up on V's Lycan.
Yep, and also Tinker got his Blink Dagger now. That means he will like be just roaming around with the Blink Dagger, and yeah, he's pretty hard to kill. And SDR, they're looking decent. I'm actually surprised with these guys because XPC, of course, they're just a mix of players here showing up to the LAN event, but
He might be in trouble. The disruption comes out. They have the torrent to follow. Did they time it correctly? Of course they did. They have X-Mark the spot to stop EOB. He's going aggressive Breath of Nature. He kills off Kanka, now going for the Dazzle as well. Dazzle trying to keep out. Tinker finally joins the fray, but they can't really do anything. All he can do is make the mischance happen, but it's still not enough. Just as Sue is killing all, and Tinker even goes down. What a player. He even survives with 40 HP and TV's out.
yep, that was absolutely insane. And he even got enough creep power left to just go for that tower. In the meantime, the tier 1 in the bottom just fell, and wow, I don't think SDR expected that happening here.
That was so unexpected for me as well. I was like, oh god, he's gonna get picked off so easily suddenly. Leaving armor, Wrath of Nature of course bouncing around for the extra damage, and just the Necro level 3 with the Wolves and the Howl. Just go through the squishy heroes, and I think Tinker actually might have to go for a Ghost Scepter here, which would be a nice item for the support as well, against Temper Assassin, against of course the Lycan, and even Nature's Prophet does some decent amount of right click damage, at least the Howl have activated. So
Yep.
Ghost Scepter.
By the way, your microphone sound a bit louder again. Like, we still have to keep testing this here.
I turned the sensitivity to 1, so that might be
No, I mean,
just a volume.
yeah, just the
I hope
volume.
it's fine now.
It at least shows in the right decibel range. I don't know, with the sensitivity, it always depends how the main stage is making noise, all the League of Legends player. So let's see if we get it. So League of Legends, please don't be too loud. Either way, I think they're gonna... Well, at the moment, SDR is grouping up with 5 here. Ember is probably the one scouting. Like, so far I didn't place a Remnant. But, yeah, well, Rasvan is finding now a Haste Drone. That would be, of course, perfect for the upcoming fight. But it seems like SDR, they're just going back. They're not interested in fighting. Like, Spacey here is, first of all, dewarding, because this is too bad. They actually put their wards directly next to Sentry. So, yep.
That's so unfortunate if that happened. And that's, in an ideal world, your supports always, when they go for Observer wards, they place down sentries before to make sure that the enemy sentries aren't there. But they've smoked up once again Shadow Demon. He actually is not smoked, so are they baiting the Shadow Demon? I don't think that's a great idea.
Yep, I don't think that's a good idea either. And whoa, we have a lag here on LAN. What the hell? Or maybe it's just the PC of the player. We have to find it out. Actually, like, oh, okay. I just wanted to maybe show the crowd and the camera and everything, but this seems like they're ready to go.
I mean, hopefully the ping issue, it shouldn't last long on a LAN. It's really weird to actually get ping issues at a LAN. Well, I guess it happens every now and then.
I don't know if they restarted after the Steam update and everything. There was also other stuff loading, or who knows. Maybe someone tripped actually over the game.
Yeah, that might easily happen in an event like this. And looks like SDR finally want to go for some push of their own. They're grouped up middle lane. There's no massive counter push from XPC, but V is coming in, and however Spirit goes aggressive, brings down the Shadow, but there's the Hex with the shackles. Nice defensive disruption. They should be able to escape. There's the overgrowth on to 4. The ghost ship comes in of the Shadow and he immediately blown up. But now the Shadow Demon sprouted up. The right clicks are flying in. My Serpent was a little spacey, goes down. It's a 2 for 2 so far. The V had on haste through and meld hits for the win. And the Tinker TP's out successfully, but a 4 for 2 because the TA just too much burst damage.
It's absolutely insane for what the Lycan actually hits with the minus armor, especially on the Ember. Ember pretty much without any armor there after all the reduction coming out. And the funny part is the Ember actually, he got the kills he wanted, but he killed himself with a Necro unit right after, so that's pretty unfortunate. It's actually exactly what I actually predicted for the Tinker, that the Tinker might kill himself sooner or later against the Necro units, but this time it was the Ember with Sleight of Fist and of course the Flame Guard damage.
Yeah, it's... well, the Necrobooks have their advantages for sure. But at the moment, TP coming in, Huntler wants to go aggressive, Massacre drops really low, but Sleight of Fist actually connects on the wrong target.
Yep, absolutely. Also what I want to put in here is definitely craft. We are like 27 minutes in now. I hope the technical issues are fixed. And yep, we have to look into crafts. We have 7,500 advantage now here in experience for XPC. And the gold one is already looking at 12k, but SDR is trying to change it now here in the mid on a tier 1 tower. And it seems like they're getting it, but now Living Armor is actually slowing the entire thing down, so they have to commit, but there's the Overgrowth.
Overgrowth, V pops the Necrobooks Howl as well, Conquer, no chance, gets the turret off, but shackles onto Ember Spirit, Shallow Grey, keeping him alive. Space actually falls down, they're fighting in the March of the Machines. That's not the best place to be in, but still they managed to get 3, only lose 1 in the exchange, and they might just go for the push now.
Yep, and at the same time, Nature's Prophet just going aggressive, but look, this is man fighting.
Well, will it be enough? And
no.
Ember Spirit, that was a wrong choice by Massacre. He didn't have the Necrobooks with him. And of course the Flame Guard as well as just the elusiveness of the Ember Spirit, but he gets the range axe and Ember Spirit meld, hit one more right click and draws one. Finishes up the Ember. There's the Hex by the Tinker, but they can't really chain Hex him. And mid lane tier 2 went down. They have Mass Serpent Wars as well if they want to push high ground, and Age is up on V as well, so like he can even die once.
Yep, and now there's the buyback of the Ember. They have to defend this, especially against the Mass Serpent Woods.
Yeah, there's the immediate Hex, but he's taking misses as well. They only need one right click, but Shadow Shaman, Ember Spirit went towards the wrong direction. Oh god. And Rasvan TP's in as well. There's the leech hit onto Ember Spirit. He doesn't have the fire remnant, but the slow wasn't enough. Now Rasvan, he's turned into a Piglet. They might bring him down. The Overgrowth though, nope, it's not enough. Shadow Demon gets the kill. A Piglet onto Space as well, and the 3M Protector. Oh, they're losing too many heroes. 2 down.
Yeah. That was absolutely too greedy. They were already low HP, low mana pool whatsoever. I mean, they applied the Mass Serpent Ward's Fury died before going in there again in a full respawn of SDR. This was absolutely suicide and a bit too greedy, and they should be careful with that because like they didn't heal up the tier 1 tower in the mid. That means this one is gonna fall. I mean, Fury is gonna continue with his split push, but nevertheless, SDR now might have a chance to actually get more kills. And yeah, especially that Tinker. I'm afraid of this Tinker. Like, he is spamming now his Sheepstick as well. And yeah, we just saw it in the last fight. I mean, it was like a 4-on-3. But still, this Tinker is... I hope XPC doesn't underestimate it.
Yeah, it would get really scary if Tinker got something like a Shiva's card next now. That would make him way tankier against the right clicks as well as slow down the attack speed of every single hero on XPC. And just a magical burst from the Shiva's card. It's so damn sick, to be honest, if you can just rearm Shiva's card, rearm Shiva's card.
Yeah. Like, by the way, like we talked about the Dagon earlier, but it actually remained at level 1 Dagon, so he didn't go for it. I mean, it's of course, it's still some burst damage out, it's giving you a couple studs, maybe even something for the right click, but in the end, he finished his Necro, and now he picked up Ultimate Orb, which means we're gonna see pretty much a Sheepstick pretty much soon.
Yeah, the Sheepstick definitely will help them in picking off especially the Tinker. And actually the Dagon, I didn't even think about it at the start, but with the lineup that XPC have, like massive right click, maybe he was expecting enemies to go for the Ghost Scepters and then the Dagon would just be
Yeah.
40% more effective.
But the Ghost Scepters, they might actually come out at some point. If this game goes longer, like it kind of depends what pushing speed XPC goes for. Because last time after they sort of won the fight. It was like a 4th back and everything. But then with the split push plus the central push, Mastuppen was plus Lycan. This is so much pushing power. The question is really, can SDR hold it? Now the Tinker being like, I don't know, that mobile and having that mana pool, it's kind of hard to break the high ground. Mastuppen was there, not affected by much of the machines, thanks God for that. But yeah, Furion, like he's pushing now this lane. In the mid, we actually have the Drain Protector also trying to get here and there some farm up. And of course, Lycan in combination with the Shadow Shaman, just as we saw in mid, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes ago, they want to go again. So SDR, they have to kind of decide. For a pickup, it's not really enough. For a pickoff, they need more. But actually, I think Kunkka is going to try.
Actually, top lane as well. He went to Massacre, but suddenly, oh god, Kunkka, don't run in there. And this sprouted up, nothing to do. Rasman just appears out of nowhere on the Templar Assassin and forces out 2 buybacks. Just straight off that.
But bottom.
The Sleight of Fist connects, but of course no steering change. So they can't really follow up the Purge. I think the Shadow Demon might have found more aggressive, but then again, even if you purge up the Lycan, it's just shapeshift after it.
Yep, absolutely. But you see how desperately SDR, they want to stay in that game. Oh!
X onto Ember Spirit, the Shackles will follow. There's no stun to stop it, no defensive disruption for the time being as well. Oh, those right clicks with the minus armor, but the Ghost Ship, it's coming in, it misses completely whiffing. And there's the Overgrowth coming out, and now actually BKB activated on the Lycan, just goes to town, he kills off one with Rasvan, going for the Shadow Demon next, and now Tinker can't blink out either, and the buybacks are on cooldown already for them. And the Ember Spirit, if he dies, that's GG for them, I think. The pushing power is too much from XPC.
Yeah, look at the Furion. He comes in, they're not even used, and there we go. It's an entire team wipe for SDR. That means XPC, well, they got all the time in the world. Like, the earliest respawn is about 20 seconds, and yeah, there we go. The GG is coming out. SDR still looking good for a team that like qualified here, coming in sort of public style directly on the LAN and qualifying themselves. It's absolutely looking decent, so I'm looking forward. The entire thing is a best of 3 if I'm not mistaken, right?
It should be, unless they change the format on the spot.
No, like let's not hope they change the format again. But either way, the entire thing is a best of 3, so we're looking forward getting more games up here. So far,
yeah,
look.
SDR definitely performed better than I would have expected from them, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, we are back for game number 2 in just a second.